Very good morning to all of you. Myself, Sajan Dr. Dristipal Singh Parihar, Assistant Professor in Sage University, Bhopal. Here, I deal with Indian history. So, today, my topic is sources of Indian history. Friends, it is too important for very beginners who are just opt history as a subject because this class helps them how you can understand the history betterly. So, friends, here we are entering to the lecture that is sources of Indian history. Broadly, if we divide the sources of Indian history, we can divide the sources of Indian history in archaeological sources, literary sources, as well as foreign accounts. So, in archaeological sources, we have to study about the inscriptions, coins, seals, potteries, monuments, caves, sculptures. What would we would get to know the inscriptions? So, what are inscriptions basically? Inscriptions are the most important part of our archaeological sources. They can be considered as the most authentic, reliable, and less biased sources. In the series of inscription, the oldest inscription belongs to Emperor Ashoka. Few inscriptions besides Ashokan inscription are Prayag Prashasti of Samudragupta, Hathi Gufa inscription of Kharvel, Ehor inscription of Pulkeshin, etc. The entire history of Satvahans is based on their archaeological sources. So here, inscription helps us to know about the dynasty, about their victories, um, about their empire, and too many things. Second one is in archaeological sources, that is the coins. The coins are also very important in the sources of Indian history. Coins are of immense importance in information of ancient Indian history. With the help of coins, we not only get to know about the trade and the commercial activities of the time, but also get to know about the economic and technologic, technological development of the time through the shape, material, and technology involved in minting these coins. So, friends, how coin helps you? As I read already, it helps in to know about economic as well as technological development at that time. If suppose the coin is pure of the metal, it means that the economic condition is too good. If the coin is mixed with some um, other mineral, it means that the economical condition of that particular dynasty is not good. So coins also help to know about the economic condition of that time. So the Indo-Greek rulers are first one who introduced the gold coin in India, whereas the purest gold coins were issued by the Kushana dynasty and maximum gold coins were issued by the Gupta dynasty. Here, the another archaeological sources are monuments and memorials. Friends, uh, for new students, convince the monuments can be divided into three styles: Nagar, Dravid, as well as Besar. The architect of India in the northern side is of Nagar style, whereas in the southern India, the architect is of Dravidian style, and in between north and the south, the space is of Basel style of architect. So, by seeing the structure of these monuments, you can easily understand which type of style is of this architect. Not only these monuments are found in India, but our traditions go to the somewhat Southeast Asia too. Just take the example of Borobudur Temple in Java, as well as Angkor Wat Temple in Cambodia. All these temples are of Hindu Hindu architect of temple structure. Poetries are also the important sources of Indian history. Poetries are one of the important part of archaeological sources. These poetries help us to know about the spread of the culture and civilization. These potteries are available right from prehistoric period to historic period. For example, in Rig Vedic period, BRW, OCP, PGW potteries were used. In later Vedic period, BW, RW, BRW, and PG potteries were used during the period of Buddhism. NBPW culture was formed. Thus, it signifies that potteries play a vital role in reformation of history. So, in archaeological sources, there is another, the important source, that is the paintings. This is this art is also an important element of history. Ajanta paintings are beautiful example of ancient Indian history. In these paintings, various natural and humanitarian scenes are painted, which is extremely unique to witness. Thus, archaeological sources forms a huge part of ancient Indian sources, which can be considered as more authentic, more reliable, and less biased. Friends, the literary sources here, here there is also the second point, that is literary sources, which helps us to um, see our history betterly. So literary sources are divided into the religious sources as well as non-religious sources. In religious sources, we use Vedic text. Here, Vedic text means the four Vedas, Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, and Atharvaveda. Whereas epics, we have two epics, Mahabharata as well as Ramayana. Both epics give the information regarding to the dynasties, rulers, as well as economic and political condition at the time. Purans also gave us the knowledge about the history, Smriti text, Buddhist text, as well as Jain text. In Buddhist text, we include Tripitaks, whereas in Jain text, we include Agam Granths, etc. Friends, uh, here the foreign accounts. Foreign accounts are a part of literary sources which consist of writing of Greek, Roman, Chinese, and Arab travelers. In contradiction to Indian historians, foreign travelers too interest in non-religious incidents. Thus, their work throws light on political and the social condition. Greek or Roman writers, Herodotus are the oldest Greek and Roman writers. Possibly these two writers attained information about Iran. Despite of the Greek writer, the writing of those travelers who came along with Alexander, like Nearchus, Onesicritus, are considered to be more authentic. The author important account is Indica, which is unfortunately unavailable in the present time. Other Greek and Roman writers created their works based on Indica. These foreign writers wrote on the contribution and aspects which was ignored by the Indian writers. Friend, the another book is Periplus of Erythraean Sea. The author of this book was unknown, but it gave the information of Indian ports and the commodities imported and exported from India. Ptolemy wrote the book Geography, which gave the information of geographical description of India of 2nd century AD, whereas the Pliny, the elder Roman historian who wrote Natural Historica in 1st century and give an immense information about the animal crops and minerals of that time in India. Here, the Chinese travelers are also too important as like of Greek writers. Here, we would give the name of some important China travelers like Farmer, it's saying Huan San, Fayan visited India near about the 5th century AD. All these, majorly, Chinese travelers have an aim uh, to visit India to just collect the Buddhist literature, which is spread all over the India, and take it to their own home country. So with the basic of Chinese travelers is of somewhat this nature, whereas Arab travelers, the some important Arab travelers are Suleiman visited India somewhat in the middle of 9th century AD. Al-Masudi is also somewhat the important Arab traveler, whereas Abu Rahman al-Bruni was the significant Arab writer of somewhat pre-medieval time. He came with uh, Muhammad Gauri. He came with the Muhammad Gauri India and wrote the book Kitabul Hind and give a large amount of information regarding to the India. So in this lecture, I give just a little bit summary over the sources of India. As we are proceeding the classes, I will give more and more knowledge and elaborate more and more things in this particular session. So here, from my side, it is goodbye. From my side, it is goodbye. So all of you, my friends and students, once again, good morning. And if you need any assistance from my side, please just come to the department and take my help. Thanks a lot, my friends. Thanks a lot.